Hey guys, what's up? Kyle Hunt Fitness, back with the Ask Hunt series. This time we're answering Facebook questions. Guys, send me questions on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email, I don't care. Send me a question, I'll answer it on this series. This time it's Facebook, next time it could be Twitter, next time after that it could be Instagram. I don't know. Hit me with the questions.
Tay Yildiz wants to know your opinion on diet breaks, and should they be used as a tool when in a deficit for an extended period of time? If so, how to implement one?
This question's a good question. Hopefully I can answer it correctly. No, I'm a big fan of diet breaks. For one, when you're dieting for an extended period of time, whether it's for a contest, whether it's just for a fat loss phase for the summertime, your metabolism takes a hard hit. Your metabolic capacity goes down, your anabolic hormones go down. It's rough. It's rough on your body. Taking a diet break you can really change that. So a couple different ways to do it. One, say you're getting ready for a show, but your body fat's pretty high. You can do like a pre-cut, a mini cut for like 6 to 8 weeks, and then go back into like reverse diet back into off-season calories. Do that for another month, and then start the real diet, the real contest prep, the real fat loss phase. That's one way to do it. Kind of how I implement it a lot of times. So you just do the mini cut just to get yourself in a good starting point for the main cut. Or another way to do it is you can just plop it right into the middle of a fat loss phase or a contest prep, as long as you give yourself enough time to still get in shape for your goal. So for instance, say you're prepping for a show, 30-week prep. Say, this is something you'd probably pre-plan before you even began, but 30 weeks out, you're going to say, alright, we have a certain point, and if we hit this goal, whether it's a weight, whether it's a body fat percentage, whether it's just a picture, a certain look, at 16 weeks out, we'll take 2 or 3 week break, just basically reverse diet out of that, and then jump right back into it. It's going to have a couple benefits. One, just bring up, reversing your metabolic capacity, bringing it back up a little bit. 2, a mental break. It kind of breaks up the contest prep because, most naturals need, the idea of 12 weeks or 14 or 16 week preps for bodybuilding, it doesn't work out that way. Naturals cannot prep that much time and maintain muscle. So you really need to cut for upwards of 30 weeks. Now 30 weeks is a long ass time, but if you can break it up into 2 different sections of, a 12 week or a 12 and a 16 week or something like that, it makes it a lot easier to handle. So yes, I do like diet breaks.
John Mr. Gaines Morrison wants to know,
gains, making all kinds of gains.
Pop-Tarts pre or post-workout or both?
Well, of course it's both. It's Pop-Tarts all day long. But if I had to choose, if you're making me choose pre or post, I actually would say pre. Because they sit really well in my stomach and it's 35, 40 grams of carbs. Boom. Pre-workout fuel to make gains. All kinds of gains. If you guys haven't watched the video of Mr. Gaines, John Morrison deadlifting and snapping his shit up, check it out. I think it's on the Tiger Fitness YouTube from Arnold, not this past Arnold, the Arnold before that. He had a deadlift and he snapped his shit all up. Check it out. It's Kyle Hunt, Mark Lobliner, John Morrison, and Chef Bob Kupnowski doing deadlifts. Search it. You won't regret it.
Jaga Kuna wants to know about carb backloading, what your opinion is on it, and German volume training. Is it effective for gaining mass?
Well, German volume training, I will say this. It's brutal and it doesn't not work. What I mean by that is, whenever you do 10 sets of 10, I almost wrote an article on this. 10 sets of 10, there's a couple different variations of it, and who knows if it's kind of debatable whether it even started in Germany or whatnot, but I know Charles Poliquin wrote an article about it a long time ago, and he kind of said it originated in German, and at 10 sets of 10, you're supposed to use about 60% of your 1 rep max, and it's really quick rest periods. So that's one way, the more traditional way. But whenever you're doing 10 sets of something, 10 sets of 10, just volume alone, you're going to get a huge hypertrophy benefit from that, and you're going to get a lot of work done. So yes, it does work. Now it's brutal, and is it something you should probably always be on, or be on even frequently? Probably not, but I think everybody should try it once. So yeah. What's the other part?
Carb backloading.
Oh, carb backloading. Kiefer's carb backloading. Well, I like it in that it kind of helps people get the idea that you can eat carbs at night, and it's not, some magical thing that if you eat carbs past 6 o'clock at night, they're somehow gonna be turned to fat. any more so than they would be if you eat them in the morning. So I like that aspect, and he did a really good job at kind of, him along with intermittent fasting kind of brought that into the mainstream. However, the research that it's like based off from it's very scarce. There's not a lot of it, and I think the benefits really were shown from just restricting carbohydrates in general. It wasn't whether it was at night or in the morning. I think they told the people that they couldn't have them, I think, before noon or something. So just doing that kind of restricted how much they can eat. That's why one thing about intermittent fasting, why that works a lot of times for fat loss, is just because when you restrict people and they can only eat a certain macronutrient or eat at all in a certain period of time, generally just out of that alone, it creates a caloric deficit. So I think that particular research would have seen benefit whether it was morning or night. So I don't really think there's anything special about backloading your carbs. I know he recommends going pretty much no carb up until training, and then load the carbs the rest of the day. I know it was really popular with the powerlifting scene. So I mean, honestly, if you were tracking your macros and still hitting good, what I would say would be good macronutrient numbers, so protein, carbs, and fats, and just backloading your carbs, I think that would be completely fine. However, I didn't read the book, but I don't think that's what he specifically recommends. I think it's more of a, just cut out your carbs before training, train, and then eat a bunch of carbs. So, in that case, I wouldn't really recommend it, but I don't think it's any better. I mean, honestly, you guys know my stance on nutrition, so I think that speaks for itself. Next question.
Dusty Star just wants to know what you think about beef protein isolate.
Dusty, HuntFitness client. Anyway, beef protein isolate. Well, I mean, I think it'd be a good. I've never tried it myself, so I can't really speak on specific brands or taste or anything like that. Although I have heard people say that I don't even know what brand it is, but one brand was good, so
Okay.
I did hear people say that one brand was good, so I guess it's a possibility for the taste to be alright. Really, with protein powders, I mean, it's just a way to hit your protein targets for the day. So, I mean, I like beef, and there's a lot of beneficial nutrients in beef that I think wouldn't be in a whey, so like a milk product. So, and beef's pretty high in leucine, so I mean, that's really what we're going for. I mean, I think it would be comparable to whey. I mean, whey is pretty much the standard and probably the cheaper, so, and that's still what I recommend, but there'd be nothing wrong with beef protein isolate. Probably have more natural creatine in it.
All right, Tom Johnson with a two-part question. First, what's your favorite supplements?
My favorite supplements? All right. One, protein powder. I don't really consider that a supplement per se, but I mean, I have a hard time hitting my protein goals just mainly because I don't eat much, but I don't like to eat, so I end up drinking a lot of my calories. So protein powder would be number one. Two, for muscle building, creatine. I love creatine. It works. There's a lot of research behind it. Just plain creatine monohydrate. Fish oil. That'd be my other one. It's really beneficial, and a lot of people don't get a lot of omega-3s in their diet, so it's beneficial to supplement with it. Outside of those three, I like pre-workouts just because I love caffeine. And I love coffee too, so yeah.
Alright, would you ever consider using steroids?
Nah, I wouldn't. All natural. Check out my wristband. Naturally me, drug-free.
Adrian Garcia wants to know what your current split is.
My current split. I mean, that's really hard to say, actually. Basically, I'm doing, it's changed a lot over, pretty much every 12 weeks it's something different. So, but currently I'm doing an upper-lower split. Just came off a squat cycle where I did squatting pretty much damn near every day. So I'm coming off from that. I'm just doing upper-lower, so it's actually nothing too crazy right now. It's almost like a mild break for me. I'm still training hard, but basically doing an upper-lower, mostly strength work with a little bit of CrossFit thrown in, CrossFit conditioning, and normally one upper body hypertrophy day with my pregnant girlfriend. That's all she can really do. That's all she wants to do anyway.
That's all I want to do?
That's all you want to do.
That's all I can do.
That's all you can do.
Okay. Eddie Palmieri. Don't know if I said that right.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
CrossFit 607.
Yeah, he said you've been doing more CrossFit style workouts. Considering competing in it?
Definitely. I definitely am considering competing in CrossFit. Really, I just started doing CrossFit this summer, and not even really CrossFit. I didn't even really do CrossFit. That was basically when I was introduced to CrossFit and kind of started looking into it a little bit. Really, I've only been doing CrossFit for the last couple months, and still haven't been.
When did you start?
Probably in October.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I've only really been doing CrossFit for the last couple months, and still, even right now, I'm not 100% onto a CrossFit program, which I probably will be shortly. Right now I'm just really busy and just kind of mixing just general strength training, strength and conditioning with CrossFit. But yeah, I'm thinking next year I'm going to start competing in CrossFit. So yeah, definitely.
Roman Giovanni. Ooh, what mobility routines or exercises do you recommend?
Well, actually, I'm just going to refer you to a video. I did a lower body warm-up. I'm planning on doing a complete mobility video, upper body, lower body, because I get a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, he wants to know about the upper body.
Oh, he wants to know about upper body?
Mm-hmm. And lower body.
And lower body. I'm just going to refer you to the lower body warm-up video I did on YouTube, because that's pretty much all the mobility stuff I do pre-workout on leg day, and be looking out for an upper body one, very similar to that.
Michael Scouten. If I'm just starting to work out again, what's a good supplement to take to help with fat loss and to help my muscles recover faster?
Really? This isn't the sexy answer, but really the best... it's not the sexy answer.
What?
Who asked the peanut gallery? Anyway, it's not the sexy answer, but really... diet and training, and that's what you should focus on, especially if you're just getting back into training. There's no real supplement that's gonna help fat loss. You can take fat burners, but they don't really work. It's just stimulants. They give you energy, and some of them have an appetite suppressant, but it's not like it's not like they're gonna burn fat. That's what I'm saying. As long as especially if you're not in a caloric deficit, which you think is common sense, but most people don't really get that idea. They think that they're doing cardio and taking a fat burner, then no matter what happens, they're going to be losing fat. But you got to be at a caloric deficit, so you have to be burning more calories than you're taking in, whether that's just increasing your training and cardio, or that's keeping track of your macronutrients and calories and creating a deficit that way, or both, which is ideal. So yeah, that's the answer to that one.
And what about his muscles healing faster?
No. The best thing for recovery is just increasing your proteins. If you're already eating a ton of protein, or around 1 gram per pound of body weight, that's just a general recommendation, then I wouldn't really say a supplement. I'd probably just say, if you're having a hard time with recovery, look at your training program and look at your sleep. Some lifestyle factors is probably the answer there.
All right, last question from Josh Snyder. He wants to know if you prefer top or bottom.
Well, Josh used to wrestle, so he's probably he's probably referring to wrestling.
I think he would have said that.
No, I think he's referring to wrestling, and but.
And you prefer bottom.
I actually prefer bottom, and the reason is, if any of you guys are wrestlers, why are you laughing?
No one can hear me laughing.
I think they can hear you laughing.
You keep messing this video up.
No, this is good. This is a good one.
No, it isn't.
Alright guys, here's the idea. Here's my quick explanation. I was really good on my feet. So if you take bottom, and you're really good at getting out, really good at stand-ups, take bottom, get out, get your 1 point, then you're on your feet, where you're good. For everybody who never wrestled, that sound gay as fuck. Until next time, guys. Peace.